right, boys, you guys ready to see who got the longest bush?
Yeah, I got this. Let's go.
All right, boys, let's go.
All right, boys, ready? 3,
2, 1,
bush!
Just 8 hours left to avoid a government shutdown. Lisa Brady, Fox News. And each side of the aisle still pointing a finger at the other.
Democrats do not want a shutdown. We stand ready to work with Republicans to find a bipartisan compromise, and the ball's in their court.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, but Majority Leader John Thune says Democrats are holding Americans hostage.
To try and get a laundry list, a wish list, a Christmas list of their left-wing priorities attached, in their case, to a 4-week continuing resolution. Ours is 7 weeks.
Thune says talks on policy differences should be separate. The Senate will take up both short-term spending bills. Transportation officials say if there is a shutdown, 11,000 FAA employees will be furloughed and that air traffic controllers will keep working but will not be paid. A federal judge in Massachusetts finds the Trump administration went too far with a crackdown on campus protests over the war in Gaza. The ruling says efforts to deport non-citizen protesters were unconstitutional.
U.S. District Judge William Young, a federal appointee of President Reagan, ruled so-called ideological deportations are a violation of the First Amendment. Judge Young sided with lawyers for a group of university associations who argued that immigrants' lawful political speech was targeted, and it creates fear in non-citizens who attend schools. Attorneys for the Trump administration say no policy to revoke visas exists based on political speech, and that the government is just enforcing immigration law.
Fox's Gernal Scott, no word yet on an appeal. A federal judge in Rhode Island just blocking the administration from cutting counterterrorism grant funds for Democrat-led states. It's a temporary block as a legal fight continues over so-called sanctuary jurisdictions. A late turnaround on Wall Street. The Dow up 81 points at the bell to a new record close. America is listening to Fox News.
This week on the Fox True Crime Podcast, I'm joined by retired FBI Special Agent Stacey Perkins as she discusses the Bureau's Innocent Images initiative and the many child predators she has helped to bring down.
Listen and follow now at foxtruecrime.com.
The Trump administration is suing a California sheriff's department over gun permits.
The Department of Justice accusing the LA County Sheriff's Department of violating Second Amendment rights by moving too slowly to process gun licenses for Californians who want to carry concealed weapons. In the lawsuit, the DOJ alleges the Sheriff's Department only approved 2 concealed carry permits out of more than 8,000 new applications and renewals over the course of 15 months, and claims the department waits an average of 281 days to start processing applications, violating a California law requiring initial reviews within 90 days. The DOJ is asking for a permanent injunction requiring the Sheriff's Department to issue those licenses more quickly.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. 2 real estate websites are being sued by the Federal Trade Commission. Zillow and Redfin accused of violating antitrust laws with an illegal agreement to suppress competition. The FTC says Zillow paid Redfin $100 million to stop competing against it in online listings for apartments to rent. No word yet of a response from the companies. An iconic wrestler sets the date for his exit.
John Cena is stepping into the ring for the last time this December after a year-long farewell tour that included WrestleMania 41 and SummerSlam. The WWE legend will close out his career by headlining Saturday night's main event on December 13th at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. The match will stream exclusively on Peacock, though his opponent hasn't been announced. Cena, a 17-time world champion who surprised fans last summer when he announced his retirement, signed to the WWE in 2001. He became one of the company's biggest superstars before scaling back to part-time in 2018 to focus on acting, starring in films like Blockers, The Suicide Squad, and the HBO Max series Peacemaker. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Just getting word Oscar winner Nicole Kidman has filed for divorce from country star Keith Urban after 19 years of marriage. And Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Hey, I'm Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. I hope you will join me every Tuesday and Thursday as we navigate life together and hopefully find ourselves a little bit better on the other side.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. With rhythm and soul, in so many ways. Together we rise, through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around, everything feels right. Brad on the show, bringing joy to our day. Into the Marianas breeze, let the worries drift away. Yeah, that was the air. Connection grows stronger. We show that we care. Rock on to feel the soulful flow. Look right on in Mariana, that's where you belong. The sweet island breeze and the ocean's embrace. Brad's got the stories, sunlight behave. Some signs that the tinted fall in this ride. Yeah, we're shining with love as our guide. So raise your voices high, let the music play on. Good morning, Marianas, we're where you belong.
All right, good morning, Marianas. It is 7:42 in the morning here on Wednesday. That's right, it's hump day. You're midway through the week, and you're doing already better than this guy named Tyreek. Man, Tyreek Hill, his knee looked all janky. It was all over the place. Have you ever dislocated anything, any part of your body, and like where it points in a way it shouldn't? That's exactly what happened with his freaking knee. Oh, God, I'm telling you, you don't want to watch it. The highlights are available. You can see it. I don't think you want to see it. That's my thought on it. I don't think you want to see it. It's awful looking, but it's there. Anyway, that was happening yesterday in the National Football League, watching Monday Night Football / Tuesday Morning Football over there at Wild Bills, formerly now. Oh, it's still Wild Bills. It just got a different owner now over there at across from TSL Plaza. And by different owner, it's been years, Brad. Come on, get used to it. It was definitely crazy seeing that janked up knee. Oh God, I don't want to see anything like that again. Anyway, but I'll tell you what I do want to see. You, wow. We got a great day on tap today. 81 degrees outside here in sunny Saipan. Humidity's 91% up at the Saipan International Airport, where we will be in about 3 hours from now, taking off and heading to Rota and then on to Guam with our folks with Star, Marianas, Saipan, Tinian, Aguiguan, and Rota. That's right. We're even including Goat Island. We're going to be heading over there because we're going to see our buddy Landon Aylett and watch his big project with his brother Brandon over there at the Agana Shopping Center. We'll be there today and for the next couple of days to show what they're doing. We're going to do our morning show from there in the Agana Shopping Center. That's pretty dope. And hopefully we get to see some of you guys from Guam down there with us. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to just seeing what else is down there. Get down to that Don Donkey store, pick up some good grub and some cool things, and make the kiddos happy when we get back here on Friday. Anyway, a lot of stuff on tap. We're looking at a beautiful day today. Isolated showers, mostly sunny skies, high near 86, winds out of the east, 8 to 10 miles per hour. Looking for another perfect baseball night tonight. Kind of like how the Cardinals got it over the Phillies last night. 21-0. My gosh. You know, we're just in this conversation with our soccer guys about blowout games. And here we are. We're watching it in baseball. Man, that game could not have ended sooner. 21-0. 21-0. I almost stopped by last night on my way home, but I was packing everything up and getting ready for heading off to the airport later. So I couldn't make it out. But we will be back there next week. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, says never mind the keychain. Bring me onion rings. Yes, Burger King. We could hook you up. We could talk about it too until McDonald's becomes an official sponsor with us. That's right, May. We're talking about you, McDonald's. We got to make you one of our sponsors. I'm telling you, they're in. By the way, I tried playing this music in the background. I just can't handle it. We got to go back to something a little bit more update. Here we go. All right. Hey, anyway, let's get back to it, though. Talk about what we've got going on the roads today. It is a little bit wet on the roads today. It's not too bad, but just slick enough that you want to make sure that you are careful out there. So let's get you your first look at traffic right now, and it doesn't look all that great. Over there by Shell Dandan, things moving along just fine. Probably one of the better mornings that we've had at this time at 746. Making our way down to further down the road by Joaquin Doi. That is a slow intersection. And over there by the Saipan International School as well. But you can notice there's a whole lot of yellow out there. And what's going on is the first of the month. That's right. Nap is going on. Over there by Guangdong Hardware, it's a little bit traffic backed up on its way. Not all the way to the hill, but it's getting there. It's getting there. You see there's a bunch of traffic over there by Hopwood as well. Folks trying to get south and drop off their kids where they're demolishing the old school and building up the new school. But hey, isn't it cool just to be old school? I know what that's like. All right, anyway, out by us at the old AK intersection, it's looking pretty good. And by the intersection that matters, at the place where connections matter, by IT&E, there's a little bit of a backup in both directions, but it's not that bad. We've seen so much worse. Heading up north and double barreling it, folks going north on Beach Road and Middle Road, stuck at the lights at Quartermaster, and that's not too bad either. We're still going to keep going north, and as we do, we see a little bit of a holdup over there by Orchid Street, and I've seen a lot worse than that too. Orchid Street's not that bad. I have seen some bad things, and you know, Orchid Street, how did I not know that was the name of the street? Orchid Street. That's the one by 99 cents. I don't think I've ever known that was Orchid Street. Well, now you do, and so do I. Heading past the AMP, going north, East of Drive looking pretty good. All the way around the hill. Let's see, over by the home of the Canaries in San Vicente. Things looking pretty good past the Botanical Gardens, down the hills. It is a little bit slow over there by May Market because there's a school bus stop over there. And there's a little bit of northbound traffic stuck at the light in San Vicente. But the home of the Canaries looking mighty good. And it's looking a little bit slow for folks heading their way up the hill by Northern Marianas College all the way up to Joe Tandanda. And that's right, people in a hurry to get to CUC to help you see with power. That's pretty much it. But that looks pretty legit right now, MC Hammer style. So, but you know what's really legit? The COTA, Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority, and Transit CNMI. They're getting you all around where you need to go on the blue line, and they get you there pretty quick. They get you there pretty cheap, too. It's only $2 to get anywhere the blue line, but it's $1 if you are a student, a veteran, active duty military, Monopco, or disabilities. It's only $1. One smacker, one clam, $1. And you can get on the blue line from Monday through Friday from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Weekends and holidays, though, they got to give those drivers a little bit of extra time to hang out and make more passengers, if you know what I mean. 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. You got to pay an exact change when you're getting on the bus, too, so be careful about that. Don't go out there dropping Benjamins unless you're going to be going with Familia and Benjamin, and you can pay for all of them. They don't make change on the bus. You got to pay an exact change. You want some more info, give them a call at 236-2682, 236-2682. And wow, the buses are crazy today. There's so many of them. They've got 2 southbound buses on the course right now. They've got a couple that aren't labeled as in service because they're probably just waiting. Maybe the handoff, the shift change. Who knows what they got going on? But you can see exactly where the buses are while they're on the course right now. Looking good. So Transit CNMI, they've got great transportation. In fact, they won nationwide awards as the #1 small market rural public transportation service in the entire United States. Can you freaking believe it? That's right, Saipan. You are home to an award-winning public transit system, and that's thanks to the good folks over at the Commonwealth Office of Transit Authority. Love those guys, and they love you too. Aw. They show you their love by giving you a nice, clean, air-conditioned, sweet-smelling ride on those buses on the Blue Line. You know what else they give you? Free Wi-Fi. Or maybe you prefer Wi-Fi? No, it's Wi-Fi. Come on, dude. What are you talking about? It is definitely Wi-Fi. You can get on that bus, and it's only going to cost you $2 unless you're a student, veteran, active duty, military, Monopco, or you've got a disability. It's only $1. That's not too bad. You can't beat it. Transit CNMI and the Blue Line, they're doing it for you, and they're going to keep doing it. I love those guys. Give them a call, 236-2682, and talk to some of those cool guys. Maybe you'll get lucky. You get to talk to John Devapan. Love that guy, man. That dude has been in my corner since we started talking about this in the Joe 10 parking lot years ago, talking about like the dream of this idea. He's like, Brad, I'm going to manifest this. We're going to put this out in the universe. We're going to make it happen. You are going to make this happen. And here we are today. It's just awesome. Toba says it's wifey because the wife is watching you. I love it. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to the show today. All the folks who are in here, you troublemakers. At least I'm keeping you guys off the streets. You could be on the streets because you could be watching this with your phone, so I don't know about that. Toba Castro, the tip man from Dan. Great to see you. Luisa Cabrera, Mrs. Baseball, finally has her umpire back in the house, back from America. Welcome back, Chuck. I'm glad you made it home safe, partner. Miguel Loretta, thanks for tuning in this morning. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Governor Pilingazetmo, the governor of Guam. Looking forward to seeing you in the next couple of days. I'm only going to be there for a little bit, so you got to make sure I get to see you this time. I'll be there this afternoon, and then I'll be there. We'll be doing the show from the mall tomorrow morning and Friday morning, and then we'll be back. Then we're going to Tinian so we can host the Triple J Bubble Color Run on Saturday morning, and then Oktoberfest on Saturday night. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait. It's going to be really exciting. And Atau in the house. Great to see you. And I love the cat gifts. Got to love it. Ricky Simmons here. Buenas. Thanks for tuning in and joining us today as well. It looks like I got to bring back some Jack in the Box and some Burger King for a couple of people. Connie Park Baza, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in and joining us this morning. Yeah, Peeling, we will, man. We will see you for sure. And I got to see these cool firearms that he's got. Don't bring them to the mall. They probably frown on that. But you post those cool pictures with that stuff for sure. Man, what a game. Here we go. Luisa just gave us the makeup schedule for the Saipan Baseball League. So let's get that out there. I want to, let's open it up as well so you guys can see it. Because if you're a baseball fan for local baseball here, this is what you want to know and what you want to see. So let's pop that open and we'll maximize it so you guys can see it too before we start hitting our headlines because we got plenty of them to get to here in just a little bit. Here we go. So starting, not September, let's go to October. And by the way, there's been plenty of rain that's happened through all this. Last night was the last game of September for Cardinals versus Phillies. We talked about that. Tonight, D-Niners and the Falcons. That's right, the Battle of the North. T8 and T9 is what's going on up there. It should be pretty good. I don't know who all these guys are going to root for. I have an idea who's cheering for who. Figure Jonathan Tenorio will be rooting for the D-Niners. Figure Kennedy's going to be rooting for the Falcons. Just my guess. Just my guess. Tomorrow night, Bears and Phillies. Phillies looking to bounce back. Bears looking to keep all their players on the field for the whole game. Hopefully they get over that whole debacle from the other night. Next week, there's some more makeups happening. Natives and Phillies, the A's and the Cardinals, the Blue Jays and the Falcons, and then they've got another date open, so we'll see what happens. I'm hearing myself talking. What's going on here? I think I know what's going on. I'm hearing it. Oh, that's why. Boom. Sorry, guys. You've been hearing that probably for a while now. How long were we going? Geez, only 20 minutes of hearing both broadcasts. Gotta love it. All right, well, you're not going to hear that anymore, so you're good to go. All right, well, getting back to that, well, we got the schedule. We got press releases. There's other stuff that we want to talk about, but here's one of the big ones we want to talk about today. Excuse me, and that is the budget. Yesterday, we did a live press conference, and, one second. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the... excuse me. We did the live press conference yesterday from the governor's conference room about the budget being signed into law, and we're going to give you a little breakdown on how that works. But this is a lengthy document that has a whole lot of no's. Yeah, the governor lined out a bunch of the things that the Senate and the House put in the budget, but basically, this is only temporary. This is not your regular budget that you're normally going to get. This is just there as a bridge to Monday because the governor said that, and the Secretary of Finance said that they're going to revise everything. They basically didn't have enough time to redo the budget. So they did a status quo budget, basically. It's a little troubling to see it because I wonder, first of all, I understand how they could have come to that point. They're doing a status quo, and then they're going to fix it between now and Monday. By Monday, they should sign the new one. Yeah, one second. Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry, getting another message. One second, hold on. All right. So anyway, sorry, I had to send that message. Like I said, so it's a status quo budget that they're going to change on Monday. And it's weird. I understand how they got to that point because they're like, hey, we need to reduce it, but we just need to work out the specifics. So that's cool. So basically they're saying, we're just going to sign this for a week and Monday we're good to go. And that's so you can avoid a government shutdown. the question, though, to me, and I know that they already checked on this. I know that they're not just flying from the seat of their pants. These guys know what they're doing. But can you sign a budget that you know is not right? I mean, like, if it's for $179 million, but they're going to reduce it to 156.7, like they said a week ago. So I thought that the law was that you can't sign into law a deficit budget, right? And that's exactly what's happening here, right? So it's a toughie. It's a toughie, but it's just a bridge to get to next Monday. So you don't want to cling on that. But it just, I wonder, does that open the door for any issues? I think it probably does, but I think they're willing to overlook that risk just so that they don't shut everything down to get this stuff done for a week, right? I know they worked hard. They worked a lot. They worked over the weekend. They worked late on Friday, and then they worked over the weekend on Saturday as well to try to get this stuff done. And at the end of the day, they just couldn't do it. So they're going to have to go back. And this is just a little avoid the shutdown signature. I just wonder when they're going to, when do they actually put in the work? Like, when do they actually knock this stuff out? It's got to be the committee that's crushing on this stuff right now. And so they're doing a good job with it. But, we're not seeing all of it. There's got to be a lot of behind closed doors. Hurry up and get this stuff knocked out so that it's ready to go. Because if it's not ready by Monday, then what? You can't move forward with a budget that's got more money than we have, more expenses than what we have to spend. So that's going to be a tough one. But they're going to be working on it, and so good on them. Let's walk through it. So he disapproved a lot. He's like, although I commend the legislature for passing the act, I'm compelled to express our mutual understanding that an immediate revised budget is necessary to address my communication concerning the change in revenue projection and the continued funding shortfall for critical programs and services, such as, let's just say, everything. MBA, finance, the health insurance and the life insurance, the medical referral, the local share for Medicaid. Can you imagine if we couldn't come up with our 17%? And in the States, it's like 50. So we got a great deal. DOC and the utilities, government and the 25% benefit payments to retirees. I know that's prioritized. That's a tough one. Right? It's a tough one, too. It says, in addition to these, I have line item vetoed several parts of the act, which I have found unclear, ambiguous, or problematic, either in their consistency with existing provisions of the Commonwealth or federal law, or in the implementation or imposition of additional and unnecessary steps that would hinder efficiency in government operations. So the gov basically said, wait. Yeah. All right, so there we go. So the governor approved plenty of stuff like this. I like this. It says there may be a disparity in pay rates between the donor and the recipient of donated sick leave hours. The provisions allow donated sick leave hours at the value of 1. This may require additional donated sick leave hours when the recipient's rate is greater than the donor's. Increasing the government's fiscal obligations. I urge the civil. This seems like a no-brainer to me. A sick leave hour is a sick leave hour, plain and simple. The rate at which you accumulate them, that shouldn't matter when you're donating sick leave hours. If you're talking about like pay for the dollar amounts, I understand that. I do get that. So if like one guy's making $20 an hour and the other guy's making $10 an hour, that part, it shouldn't matter, what that hour is. But whatever, I get it. I totally get it. Reprogramming authority, he's approving some of that. He's also making sure that they've got cost containment measures with the prepaid meters. All executive branch accounts to prepaid meters within 30 days to further reduce the cost of utilities. Boy, that's going to be a big one. And it says this is going to ensure energy conservation practices are utilized. Yeah. When they talked about not getting paid for holidays, like there's no way. Like you can't. If it's a federal holiday, you got to get paid for it, right? So that's an easy one. MBA trust funds. Yeah, the payment to the retirees and where the PSS money is supposed to go, DPL, and then a whole bunch of vetoes. Starts over here on page 3 for everything. We could break that down too, okay? So he's disapproving the provision for the advance allotment. So basically, nothing in advance. You can't get your allotment in advance. Reporting requirements for the Secretary of Finance. Yep, there you go. Reprogramming authority. I acknowledge the governor has been granted authority to reprogram up to 25% of the appropriations of the executive branch. While this provision offers a measure of flexibility, I'm disapproving this as it mirrors the authority confirmed by the statute. Instead, I urge the legislative consideration to increase flexibility in reprogramming authority to 100% to ensure the governor can take swift and decisive action when needed. Boy, remember when Governor Torres was there and that was like the big thing? They're like, we don't trust them. We can't give them 100%. So there we go. That was a whole bunch of fighting. It says hiring restriction. Let's see. So they're getting rid of he's vetoing the hiring restriction because he's basically saying, hey, legislature, you can't tell me what to do. I'm the executive branch. So that's me. We can handle the executive, you handle the legislative. The salary cap saying that you guys can't dictate the approved stuff. You know when I look at this, I think what we need to do is look at it side by side with the original, what they submitted, and talk about some of these things, because it's a little bit tough just to hear the things that are in here because there's some of those specifics just aren't included. Hold on, let's see what we got. Okay, I won't. Boom. All right, thank you for the reminder. All right, great. Tobot says, "Oh, I guess I'll be put in the back burner for referral again. It's okay. I only have a fractured spine fusion and broken screws." Yeah, man. I'll tell you what you're going through with medical referral and these guys is awful, man. It's terrible that you have to go through all that kind of stuff. It's terrible that you have to wait and those denials, and you get that great service from those guys in Korea. If they end up coming here, you'd be in better shape, and that's an easy fix. And that's what they should do. I mean, granted, we wouldn't have the facilities necessarily, but we'd have the expertise folks coming out here. It says, a whole bunch of stuff in here, and this is the conclusion. Here it goes. From the Gov. This is toward the end. He says, as we implement the budget appropriation in this act, I remind the legislature of the urgency to pass a revised budget with decreased revenues forecasted at $156,782,740. In light of this forecasted decline, my administration will implement immediate proportionate budget reductions across the board, resulting in a forthcoming work hour cut to the executive branch beginning Sunday, October 5th. So meaning Monday is when that would happen. Therefore, I urge the cooperation to pass the revised blah, blah, blah. So when we heard from Secretary of Finance yesterday, she said that the new budget will be signed Monday. They were talking about Sunday when they were talking about this, and she popped in, she's like, Monday. And so Monday's the day. So they should have all of these things worked out. We asked the Gov if there was anything that they had in place yet or if they have already issued anything to any of the line agencies. And he said, not yet, but he's given everybody a heads up that, hey, you start figuring it out. Start figuring out where your reductions are, because Monday, everything changes. So get ready, Marianas. It's coming for sure. They also sent us, here's the other one. This went out to the House Speaker and the Senate President as well yesterday. He's talking about how he signed the budget, and but he's like, hey, look, we got to work closely with you guys to work on that loan from MPLT so that we can get what we need for that $29 million loan. And if we don't get that loan, we're not going to have enough to pay for anything. Even with that loan, you guys need to fix this budget to get that 156, 782, 740. If you don't, we're in trouble. You need to get this done by Monday, and MPLT needs to get that loan signed, sealed, delivered, and transfer that money fast. And it said an investment proposal was submitted to MPLT for a proposed pension obligation bond anticipation back in April. And so they've got some work to do. MPLT's got some work to do. The legislature, finance, you name it. These guys are going to be hustling in the next few days. If you're not getting your picnic table or your tent or your street side grass bush cut, that's because these guys are working. But you know, the thing is, they're still going to be working on everything else. Hey, speaking of meetings and government fun stuff, there is, in case you want to go, today at 9:30, you can get to the CUC where they have a special board meeting. They're going to be doing the whole procurement regulations thing that they've been talking about. Plus, they're also going to get into their financial audit from 2023. Then they'll slip into executive session. But that's what's going on. They gave us the heads up about it yesterday. Because it's a special meeting, they could do it within 24 hours, and that's what they're doing. They got to get the business done of the Commonwealth Utilities Commission, and that's a place where you can go check that out. By the way, speaking of utilities, the Public Utilities and Telecom Commission met yesterday, and they didn't meet for a little while. They went late. I think they finished sometime after 6 o'clock last night. And normally they were over here in the CETA building, but they were over there at their office at the Marianas Business Plaza. And my goodness, they were burning some midnight oil. Seriously. They had a lot to do with CUC for sure. And they had to continue them till later because of all the stuff that they had going on. Let's see. Here's a big one. Is this for... This is something they've been doing for a long time. We posted this yesterday. Moving on. It's the CNMI Inter-Island Solid Waste Management Task Force. The Iswimit. That's what they call it. CNMI Inter-Island Solid Waste Management Task Force. So the ISWMT. Iswimit. And the good news from them is that they all work together to put forward a plan, and the Environmental Protection Agency approved the CNMI's Comprehensive Integrated Solid Waste Management Plan. What does that mean? Like the dump, recycling, all that kind of stuff. So this just happened this past week, and it's a big deal. They've been working on it for a long time. And they were able to do this. It said unlocking $34 million in federal funds through the additional supplemental appropriations for Disaster Relief Act for priority solid waste recycling infrastructure projects. It's a big deal for us because after we got hit by, there's a lot of things that happened. We got Sotalor in 2015, and then we got U2 in 2018. Between those two typhoons, we had so much solid waste piled up over there at the dump, and the other cells not ready to go because you got to get them lined before you can start doing it over there. Things were filling up. But those two storms generated so much waste that we needed to do stuff fast. and all these other construction projects that we were having when the economy was going well. We had a rough time over there. Anyway, they were working together feverishly to push it over the finish line, and they did it. Elizabeth Balhaja, she was pretty happy about it. She's the acting director of the CNMI Office of Planning and Development, and she's really happy with things went. She said that developing this plan was a years-long, all-hands effort of the ISWWMT. And I thank you all for your hard work, and I thank the U.S. EPA for their continued support of the CNMI and our goals. So this approval allows us to fully use this funding to invest in more staff and in more enhanced, modernized, and resilient solid waste and recycling infrastructure throughout the CNMI over the coming years. So the primary funding source for this is a $56 million appropriation administered by the EPA and awarded to the CNMI. To date, about $22 million of the funding has already been expended to fund critical solid waste infrastructure projects, and the remaining $34 million was locked until we could submit a state integrated solid waste management plan. And not only did we submit it, but we got it approved. So it's a big deal. So congratulations to OPD for making that stuff happen. I wonder if we could call our friend, if he could give us an update on this. I don't know if he can. But let me see if we could just call him. No, wrong number. Hold on. Let's not get squirrely. All right, here we go. 1 second. Give him a little heads up first. All right, I'll tell you what, while we wait for that, we do have some updates we'll get to you. So let's do this first. I'll give you some updates, give you some commercials because everybody loves that. But first, let's get you a sports update about what was happening yesterday in football.
Fox Sports Update.
The Bengals didn't stand a chance on Monday Night Football. Denver dominated Cincinnati 28-3, with Cortland Sutton sticking a dagger in the Bengals at the end of the first half.
On 3rd down and 2, Knicks end zone, Sutton, he's got it! Touchdown Denver, what a catch!
That was courtesy of ABC as Sutton's 20-yard catch from Bo Nix gave the Broncos a 21-3 lead after 2 quarters. Denver's defense smothered Cincinnati all night long, with the Bengals gaining just 159 yards and 9 first downs. Cincinnati has dropped 2 straight since quarterback Joe Burrow suffered a turf toe injury to his left foot, while the Broncos are 2-2. In the first game of the night, a matchup between winless teams went Miami's way. The Dolphins defeated the Jets 27-21, with tight end Darren Waller making a huge impact in his first NFL game in nearly 2 years.
Dolphins trying to pay off a long drive, and it's caught back in the end zone. Touchdown, Darren Waller, his first as a Dolphin.
That was courtesy of ESPN as Waller added a second score in the third quarter. But Miami's first victory of the season came at a cost. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill was carted off the field in the third quarter with a serious injury to his left leg, with head coach Mike McDaniel saying the 8-time Pro Bowler was diagnosed with a dislocated knee.
He immediately had wide eyes and was talking, I'm good, just make sure the guys get this win.
Sound courtesy of the Dolphins, as Hill has gone over 1,000 yards receiving in 6 of his 9 NFL seasons and has missed just 1 game in his 4 years in Miami. The Jets are now 0-4 to start the season for the first time since 2020. You can listen and follow the Fox Sports Podcast at foxsports.com or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com. Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast featuring Common Ground, in-depth talks with lawmakers from opposite sides of the aisle, along with all your Brett Baier favorites like his all-star panel and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, boys, you guys ready to see who got the longest bush?
Yeah, I got this. Let's go.
All right, boys, let's go.
All right, boys, ready? 3, 2, 1, bush!
Toward a shutdown. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The Senate voting on two measures that would break a filibuster on government funding bills with just about 6 hours before the government runs out of money. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer pointing the finger at Republicans.
They don't give a damn about the harm they will cause with their shutdown.
Majority Leader John Thune questioning why Democrats won't sign off on a short-term spending plan to buy more time.
They, as you all know, have voted during the time they had the majority 13 different times, and when Biden was in the White House, on short-term continuing resolutions 13 different times. And so it begs the question is what's changed? And I think what's changed is President Trump is in the White House.
President Trump warning Democrats.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like.
He says the shutdown will lead to layoffs across the federal government, not just furloughs. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth calling in commanders for a meeting in Virginia as he outlines a new footing for the military.
Today, at my direction, Each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death.
One of the changes, making sure members of the military can meet physical requirements. President Trump told the commanders the military is no longer about political correctness. He said it's about merit. An all clear issued after the old main building at Utah State University was evacuated just hours before a Turning Point USA event is due to start after a report of a suspicious package. The TPUSA event is the first since the shooting death of TPUSA founder Charlie Kirk. America's listening to Fox News.
Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast featuring Common Ground, in-depth talks with lawmakers from opposite sides of the aisle, along with all your Brett Baier favorites like his all-star panel and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
A second detainee has died following last week's deadly shooting at a Texas immigration facility.
A statement from the League of United Latin American Citizens says Miguel Angel Garcia Hernandez died after being removed from life support following Wednesday's attack on the Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in Dallas. The group says Garcia Hernandez, who was 32, leaves behind his pregnant wife and their 4 young children. Another detainee was killed in the attack, and a third has been released from the hospital. Officials say the 29-year-old Texas man who opened fire at the facility died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
An offshore earthquake of magnitude 6.9 has jolted the central Philippines and collapsed the walls of buildings, killing at least 6 people and injuring several others. The quake centered about 10 miles northeast of Bobo, a coastal city of about 10,000 people. Federal Trade Commission says it sued real estate and rental listing websites Zillow and Redfin over what the agency says is an illegal agreement to suppress rental advertising competition. A new state law in California requires top artificial intelligence companies to disclose how they plan to reduce catastrophic risk from the use of their models.
Governor Gavin Newsom signing the law says it will establish regulations to protect California's communities while also ensuring that the growing AI industry continues to thrive. He says the law fills a gap left by Congress and provides a model for federal regulation. Newsom vetoed another version of this last year. This law requires companies with more than $500 million in revenue to assess the risk that their technology could break free of human control or aid in the development of bioweapons. And those findings have to be disclosed to the public. The law allows for fines of up to $1 million per violation. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Just one day after announcing their separation, Nicole Kidman has filed for divorce from country singer Keith Urban after 19 years of marriage. Documents filed in Nashville. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
I'm Dana Perino. This week on Perino on Politics, I am joined by Executive Vice President at Targeted Victory, Matt Gorman.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
Or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at NMICrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun. With the waves crashing crashing in, hear the oceans call. Rap brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, goes counting wind. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year. Good morning, Marianas, let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
Alrighty, good morning, Marianas, and welcome back. It is a great day. It's hump day. It's Wednesday. It is October 1st. That's right. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. 8:28 in the morning here on Wednesday, and what a day it's going to be. You're still recovering from your Taco Tuesday. That's just fine. You're just like everybody else. Today's a great one, and it's going to get even better when you get through all the traffic today. So let's get you through and let you know what's going on. If you're one of those lucky folks who doesn't have to get to work already, then here's what you got going on today. Traffic looking pretty good all the way up in the Dan, San Vicente, Azlito, Finicisu area. That's a pretty big area, but you know, over there by the college, it looks pretty good. By Dan, it looks pretty good. Let's take Issa Drive and go all the way around. We'll scroll back and take a look at how things are looking. All the way around looks pretty good. The only time it starts to slow down a little bit is when you get over there by Diamond Water. And, well, I mean, it's diamonds. I mean, your people want to go out there and see how fancy it can be. Speaking of fancy stuff, go over there to Ina's Kitchen. Take a look at the traffic trying to get up Capitol Hill right now. It is slowed down as people are making their way to that first big turn. Looking down through Puerto Rico is pretty good, but folks over there by CHC at the pickleball courts at AMP, it is definitely slow for folks trying to make their way north, and folks coming down the hill at Navy Hill. Everything else going down Middle Road and Garapan and Gualarai. You're gonna get a little bit of a delay over there by the courthouse, but it's not so bad at all when you get over there by Pumpkin Street. What a great name for a street, by the way, Pumpkin. Oh man, it means something different in the deep south, but over here it's just a gourd. Anyway, heading north is going to take you a little bit to get to where you need to go when you start approaching Sushi Spot. People already making their lunch reservations over there. Man, I love Sushi Spot. The folks over there are so great, and they're so nice. So nice. But the food is incredible. The service is great. I'm a big fan. Anyway, over there at Quartermaster on Middle Road, when you get to that Quartermaster light, it's a slowdown. People all the way back to the steamed car wash almost. Over there, making your way to the intersection that matters, where connections matter. Well, no matter where you want to go that way, it's going to be slow as everybody is held up at that light in every direction. CMG and Middle Road, it's a little bit of a show right now, but hopefully it'll clear up pretty soon. The old AK intersection's looking good. We're going to go down Beach Road. Excuse me. Over there by the courthouse. People are making their way north, and it's taking a little bit of time because 9 o'clock is the start time for high schools here in the Marianas. People trying to get to MHS. By the way, the volleyball action at MHS Gym last night was intense. It was incredible. All kinds of teams going at it over there, and it was worthwhile for sure. You were able to catch the action on the thanks to the folks over at Marianas High School Productions. What a great team they have getting it done. What we're looking at right now on the screen, though, is your first look at the Nutrition Assistance Program. It is slow over there because today's the big day. That's right. That's where all the traffic is because it's the first of the month. So benefits aplenty over there in Azlito, but it's taking a little bit. By the way, that is your first look at traffic here in the Marianas. I know we could do Tinian. Here, let's take a look at Tinian. Tinian is where you want to be right now. You can say that so many times, but if you look at it right now, there's no traffic, and isn't that the way you want it to be over there? Just smell the air, enjoy the people, go down to JC Cafe, have a great breakfast, hug the staff, feel like you're with family. Man, Tinian's a great spot, and we'll be there this weekend. Looking forward to it, too. Anyway, Transit CNMI will get you anywhere you need to go in Saipan on the Blue Line, and they are getting it done right now for you from Monday to Friday, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Weekdays and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. That's right, 8:30 Monday through Friday. Weekends and holidays, they wrap up at 8 p.m. It's only $2 to get you anywhere you need to go on the Blue Line. But if you're a student, veteran, active duty military, or Monamco, or if you've got a disability, that's only $1. That's half off. They're taking care of you. And you got to pay an exact change, so be good with that. Don't go out there thinking you're going to get something back. No, you don't even need to buy it. You need to have a ticket, but you can buy it right there. You got to do it with exact change. The phone number for Transit CNMI, 236-2682, 236-2682. And you can hop on the web on their YouTube channel. Or you can just hang out with us and we'll tell you where the bus is because they have that online. They've got a couple, one's heading north, one's heading south, and they got a couple waiting to spring into action in case anything goes wrong with either one of them. Boy, they've got air conditioning, they've got great comfortable seats, it's roomy, it's nice, great customer service, and they've got free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi so you can do the stuff you need to do while they take care of getting you where you need to go. Transit CNMI and from the Commonwealth of the Office of Transit Authority. I love those guys. I'm telling you, they are on the leading edge of awesomeness for our Commonwealth. They're helping people get to shopping, get to recreation. They're helping people get to visit their family. They're helping people get to and from their jobs. And it's great. I can't believe we never had this before, but they are doing a great job with it. Melanie May in the house. Good morning. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. It really is wonderful. All right. Ooh, Mythic Tension. That's a great YouTube handle. Thanks for joining us this morning. Good morning from California. Oh, man, I have not been in California in decades, but, I loved it. When I first got to California, it was right after basic training, and I was going out there to go to my first duty station at Fort Ord. No longer exists, but what a great place that was. Home of the 7th ID, Light Infantry, and our department, I was going to say Department of Defense, but our Department of War, man, Secretary, it is so weird to say Department of War, it's not World War II. He's going out there and saying, hey guys, speaking of light infantry, you guys need to get lighter. Everybody who's in combat arms, there's no more pogues. You got to get your butt in gear. And he said, hey, we don't want any fat generals. I'm like, holy crap. So I know this guy catches a lot of flack for being him. Totally self-inflicted for everything that all the stuff that comes toward him. But what I do like for combat arms, they're not saying for the guys in the pack. They're not saying for the folks in supply, but they're saying if you're in combat arms, you can't be a fatty anymore. That's right, and you got to shave. And I'm okay with this. I think this is great. It's like, look. There's no more dual standard for the PT test. And it's something that we've been talking about since I was in. Like, before women were allowed in combat arms, people were talking about it. Ooh, what do you think would happen? And we were all pretty much on the same page. Like, we don't care if there's women in combat arms as long as they can hump a ruck just like everybody else. If they can do all the stuff that everyone else can do, great. And that means you got to do the same PT standards, right? The Army physical fitness standards. You got to be able to do the same amount as everybody else. And because that way you don't have one compromised member of your team, your fire team or whatever you got going on. And that's it. So now the Secretary of War is saying that that's it. So that's the deal. Everyone's got to there's only one physical fitness standard for combat arms, and it's whatever we got for the guys. And if you want to be in it, you got to be able to do that. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of ladies out there who kick some of the butts out there of some of those weak sucks out there. I'll tell you, there's some dudes who cannot hang with some of the badass women in combat arms. You just can't. You can't do it. And I think that's a great thing. But, man, that is it. Oh, snap. I'm missing some of all this stuff. I'm just catching you guys in the YouTube comments. Bruce is like, yeah, the Army likes to get rid of nice bases. Man, that was part of the BRAC with President Clinton, the base reduction and closure that was happening in the early 90s. Yeah, man, I loved that place. It was great. And Mythic Tension says, hey, I'm an Afghan vet as well. Hua, brother, that is great. Great to see you on here. Thanks for joining us, too. It was an interesting conversation back then, but now it's happening, and now it's like making the military Hua again. Sorry, apologies to the sailors and the Marines who don't say Hua. Marines are oorah, the Navy is hooyah, and the Air Force is like, hey. Sorry, Air Force. That's what you get. That's what you get. I think Air Force is Hua also, and I think that goes back to the roots of the Air Force being born out of the Army, from the U.S. Army Air Corps to the Air Force. But I'm down with this. I don't like the idea. So I thought it was a little douchey that he brought all the generals back there to walk around on stage and all this. I can imagine all these real legit flag officers like looking at each other. You don't even have to say anything. Just give them that, like that Michelle Obama. Like, I could see that. I could see that happening in that briefing. And afterwards, when these guys, before they flew back to wherever else they were stationed, I could see them, all right, we got to get a drink and talk about this. Who is this guy? Still, I like that it's happening, but I don't need all the theatrics. You know, he's standing on the stage with that big flag like Patton, you know, well, at least like the movie Patton. It just seems like a bit much. Again, theatrical, for show. I don't know if you need all that stuff, but I like if he just did a video, like talk to the camera like this, like for some of the things that he's done already from The Office, and saying, hey, this is what we're doing. You can't be a fatty, and the PT tests are, there's only one, and that's it. So I'm down with all that. I'm cool. You know, that's it. So let's see who's out there. By the way, check you guys out. Some more folks out there. It is great to see you. Jackie, thanks for tuning in. Great to see you this morning. Jermel, good morning. From Virginia, all the way out there on the East Coast. Man, that is, oh man, I haven't been there for a few months. So I hope I'll be getting back there maybe next year based on some stuff that we're doing with these veterans talks. You know, this was one of the topics that I wanted to get into today. But what I want to do is take advantage of this great opportunity we have to get one of the guys who's getting stuff done throughout the Marianas. He doesn't take credit for anything, but he does get it done for us here in the Marianas. So let's see if we can get our friend on the line with us. Oh, Jackie, you're over there in ATL. Great to see you. Yeah, I'm with you, though. It is for show. Just be direct. Holy cow. Is this Mariano?
Hey, yes. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning, Mariano Iglesias. We have you on the show right now. You are live. So anything you do or say can be used against you in a court of law.
That's super. Yes. Let's get it on.
Hey, everybody. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mariano Iglesias is on the phone with us from the Office of Planning and Development. And we reach out to him. He oversees a lot of different things over there. He works hand in hand with a great team over there to get stuff done for the islands. And now he might not be the authority on this one, but we can always value his expertise because he knows a lot of stuff. He's a pretty bright guy, and understatement. But Mariano, we're calling you today to hear a little bit about what you might know about this Inter-Island Solid Waste Management Task Force that got our new solid waste management plan over the finish line.
Yes, and that's correct, Brad. I am not the point person on the solid waste, but I do know just a few to to spread the good news. Yes, we have an approved plan. Our comprehensive solid waste plan has been approved by U.S. EPA, and so that's a good thing. And so I guess people are wondering, what does that mean for us, right? And then basically what that means is that we're going to move forward with a lot of our plans for our solid waste, which is, constructing a compliant landfill, both on the islands of Tinian and Rhoda. And that's what that money is going to be used for. Some of the money is going to be used for also constructing cell number 3 here on Saipan. In preparation for, in the event that we filled up cell number 2, which is now operational. And so, all thanks to the good folks at U.S. EPA for allowing that remaining funds that that the CNMI is about to embark on utilizing. So. But just to go back a little bit, Brad, I'm sure people may not know this, but this comprehensive solid waste plan came about through this SADRA grant. SADRA stands for Additional Supplemental for Disaster Relief, and that act was passed by U.S. Congress back in 2019 to allow for disaster recovery after our typhoons, right? And so part of that money funded this solid waste plan that the CNMI has to develop. And since 2021, when we received the money or the award gave the CNMI $56 million. And as a result, this is one of the outcomes of that $56 million for all 3 islands, right? And so, or 4, I guess, if you count the municipalities, 4 municipalities. And so that's what the solid waste plan is for. We're here today. So we're going to move forward. Next steps is going to be coming up with a work plan, and the work plan consists of priority projects for all 3 or all 4 jurisdictions. And so the team is going to be busy from here on out to identify all priority projects concerning or relating to solid waste, and so that we keep our islands free of debris and trash, and so that everybody knows where to dispose of their trash properly, and at the end of the day, is everybody going to be pitching in on protecting our environment, and that's kind of like the bottom line for this.
Yeah, and I look at the pictures that are out there for the on the cover of the plan. By the way, the plan is available on the OPD website. People can check it out. It's 148 pages. That's a lot of pages, and a lot of them are just talking about trying to break down acronyms and definitions and all that too to help people understand it. So it's really comprehensive, which is a good thing. But when you look at the cover of it, you see all of that. That looks like the Tinian solid waste facility on the top. Is that right? Are we looking at Tinian? It says the municipal solid waste, because they have, I know it's not RCRA compliant. It's just one of those open air where they bulldoze stuff and they burn stuff and they bulldoze stuff and they burn it again.
Yeah, it's basically on that's what we have here on Saipan with the Puerto Rico dump, right? I don't know if our listeners are old enough to remember that, but that big mound, the Peace Park, that used to be a dump site, an open dump site, and that's what we have on, unfortunately, for the islands of Tinian and Rhoda. It's basically an open dump site. So we're with this money, we're going to make sure that the landfill is going to be compliant, U.S. EPA compliant. It's not going to be a RCRA. RCRA is a little bit one level higher, which has a lot more requirements to comply with, right? And so that's what we have here on Saipan is a RCRA landfill. What we have on Tinian and Rhoda are small exempted community landfills, and so that's one step below the RCRA compliant landfill.
You know, I'm looking at this is a great market survey for MARPAC. All you have to do is look at this picture. You see all those Busch and Busch Light cans, the Michelob Ultra cans, and the can recycling. You can see right there. Look for another type of beer can in there. I challenge you. You can't find it. It's also a good ad for Coca-Cola, folks. Looking at all those cans that are in there. Boy, the recycling game is strong for MARPAC customers.
I'm not one to know, Brad, but I'm sure.
Some of those might be our cans. I'll say that.
Yes.
Hey, so I know that this is not your main thing. You've got a lot of other stuff going on over there. But what are some of the things? I could see that Garapan lights up at night now.
Hell yeah. We got 172 units of solar lights. That's now illuminating the business district, and I like to think that we've covered pretty much every square inch there that needs to be lit up, and I think it's much safer now. I can honestly say that it's much safer to walk in between those side streets, and I'm sure people would appreciate that it's not dark, and you can find, you can walk safely. And so, thank you to the business community and the community at large for their patience to allow us to complete. We're winding down the project, and we have just a few things to tighten up, and then we'll probably wrap up the project by end of November, and that should do we'll turn it over to the community, and have the community enjoy the new facility. And so that's ending, and so we're also starting, rearing up to start on another huge project on the south side of the island.
Oh, what's going on? I was going to stay in Garapan. What's going on in the south?
So we have this other EDA grant fund that's funding the Olia Sports Complex and the Cultural Event Center. It's a $21 million grant. That grant actually funded two projects. All right, out of that grant, there's two projects, and one is to construct a swimming pool, do some rehabilitative work on the baseball stadium. Hopefully, if there's enough money, construct concession stand and a couple tennis courts to make it a full-blown sports complex on at the gym, behind at the gym sports complex. And so that's one part of the project. The other part of the project is across the MHS / judicial complex, right across the street from that. Is the Cultural Event Center, where that project is to construct an amphitheater, a main house, activity center, just to create an open space for cultural events, and so hopefully, barring any hiccups with the permitting process, we're now in the permitting process. All the designs are done, and so we're just we're in the permitting phase right now. And once that is cleared, then we move on to construction, and we're anticipating construction by the early part of next year. And so that's what's coming up for the community, and hopefully this is another project that would benefit the community as a whole.
Oh my goodness, yes it will. It sounds amazing. I can't wait to see that happen. I mean, having a swimming pool again for our swimmers. We had swimmers who are winning gold by training in Jerry Tan's pool at his house. Like literally, like if it were not for the generosity of personal people here, our swimmers wouldn't have anywhere to train other than the ocean, or paying to go to one of the hotels or something like that. But we had swimmers who got gold from swimming in Jerry's pool. That's literally what happened. So this is going to be, how big is this pool going to be? Like how many lanes and all that other stuff?
Okay, so Brad, the pool is going to be Olympic size. It's going to be Olympic regulated pool, and it's going to meet all World Aquatics requirements. That's the governing body for all swimming, anything concerning swimming, including the Olympics, right? And so our pool is going to meet all those standards and requirements. And so we're excited to construct a 50-meter long by 25-meter wide swimming pool. It's going to have 8 lanes. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. Hopefully, our athletes would appreciate that. And if you see the renderings on our drawings, it's going to be a pool that is going to be covered, so that we save some money on treating the pool, right, and not having the water be exposed to sunlight. And hopefully, that would mitigate some of the cost to operate the pool. But yeah, it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool, 50-meter by 25-meter size pool.
No kidding. I mean, that's incredible. The I know from having had a pool here that the sun eats up that chlorine, and chlorine is incredibly expensive here. Do you know what the plan is for chlorine from this? I was thinking that if it's going to be a CNMI pool, like a government facility, a public facility, that maybe you could use that same kind of chlorine that you're already pulling in for CUC and get a kind of a smoking deal on it. Not a good pun, but because for CUC's chlorine, I think we use gas, right?
Yes. So yes, sunlight is not a is not a friend to chlorine in the water, right? Because of course chlorine dissipates when sunlight hits it, and so if you have direct sunlight on the pool, the more that you're gonna have to monitor the chlorine levels in the pool, so that swimmers are not inadvertently getting sick because of unsafe water. But it is going to be calcium hypochlorite. It's going to be the briquettes that's going to be utilized. That's safe, and it has to meet NSF requirements, National Science Foundation Federation or Foundation requirements for treating pools, right? And so that's the treatment portion of the pool.
You also mentioned that there's some improvements to the ball field, and is that also like the Tongay field, the smaller one in the back?
Negative. It's going to be the Major League Baseball stadium. So we're going to be adding a bullpen, 2 bullpens, right?
Okay.
We're going to have bullpens on each side of the field, plus batting cages, right? So you're going to have batting cages and bullpens that's going to be installed within the playing field, or within the playing field of the baseball stadium. That way we can attract back some of the professional teams that have called Saipan home for spring training. Whether it be it from Japan or Korea, and so that's kind of like upgrading the baseball stadium that we have now.
Wow, that is going to be amazing. Yeah, I'm checking in the comments, and some of the guys are like, what about the folks from Little League? What are we going to do about what about the kids, Mariano? Why do you hate children? No.
No.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brad, when I was at EDA on the other side of the equation, right? When I was at EDA and I came out here to meet with the folks here, the local leadership, it was right after the typhoon, and so the main focus was to basically bring, renovate or rehabilitate the facilities that we have currently, so that the activities, the year-round activities will continue. And those decisions were actually made back then. Unfortunately, you know the softball field, or the softball field in the back, I think was not really thought of to be turned into a little league, because they already have the Capitol Hill softball, right, facility. So that facility was not high on the priority for the leadership at that time. And so now, fast forward to today, of course, everybody's talking about, for the kids. And uh, unfortunately, that time has passed, and maybe perhaps, maybe through another funding, we could be able to rehabilitate that field.
Wow. Well, that's what we hope for. In Rhoda, they still are dealing with some of the stuff, the crappy fields that they used to have. What I thought was the best Little League field. That was 20 years ago, and then they got all beat up from storms and stuff. But I loved it because it was gorgeous. You hit a home run ball if you can, and you're just overlooking the bay over there in Rhoda, down in Song Song, and it was gorgeous. And it's unfortunate that hasn't been redone. But over here in Saipan, we don't really have a real dedicated field. We had Town Gay Field over there, and that wasn't a perfect softball or perfect Little League field because the dimensions are off for Little League, right? And then the Capitol Hill ball field is in between, right? It's in between. It's too big for the Little Leaguers. It's too small for like the regular juniors, seniors, or the bigs if we have them. And then everywhere else is just not the right size. And then you got San Vicente, where the previous principal graveled over half of the field, so you can't even use that. So we don't really have it. This is not your job, Mariano, I know. But thinking about it, planting a seed, if we could have a dedicated Little League field, it's a great deal for all the families, because, we like baseball, we like softball, we like all that other stuff. But the baseball with the little kids is really what brings the community together. You see people from all walks of life. The guys who own the mansions and the guys who cut their grass are sitting there side by side, cheering on their kids together. I love it. It's great. And hopefully maybe one day. But in the meantime, you guys are crushing so hard. I can't wait to see these new things come to life on our public lands here. We're going to have a tennis court, swimming pool, and this cultural center. This is going to be outstanding. I can't wait. And when do we break ground on these things?
The anticipated, timelines, we're looking at breaking ground early part of next year, which is sometime in early January. And so, crossing our fingers that, we go through all the necessary requirements for clearing the permits, making sure that we're lining up everything, and, we're not overlooking or going through the process and all that, getting all of that squared away, and hopefully by January we should be able to at least break ground on one of the two facilities. And so that's kind of like the plan. We have, we're trying to stick to that timeline, and hopefully, in short order we can have a facility, a functional facility in the near term. But just to your point, with that facility, the baseball facility, the Little League baseball facility, Brad, I'm all for the kids, and let me just tell you that it's not lost. There is an opportunity for all our island community to express that sentiment. We have this comprehensive economic development strategy plan that's going to be kicking off, and that's going to invite all the stakeholders in the community to voice their, their opinion. There's going to be public hearings regarding what is going to be priority projects for the community, and we encourage the community to come out, be listening to that announcement, so that you guys can come in and say, hey, we want our Little League baseball stadiums on all three islands, and and have those projects listed up there, so that it becomes part of the priority projects for the CNMI, and once that is on that list, then there's no turning back. There's no what do you call that? There's no denying request for that project to be funded, and that's my encouragement to the community is to be looking out for that announcement, and hopefully, we can have that field in Susupi be rehabilitated for the kids, as well as for Tinian and Rhoda. So all is not lost, and so of course I'll be reaching out to you and letting you know when this stakeholder meetings are going to be at, and yeah, so that you everybody would come and express their project priorities, and so that we can have all these facilities listed as the CNMI's priorities.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited about it. You always come dealing with good news, and basically now you make it happen. We got to get the other folks out there to try and get something like worked up for the Little League stuff. But at least you got a great plan for everything that you guys are doing now, and we're excited to see where it goes going forward. I'm really excited about it. That cultural center, I think, is just going to be a big win for the CNMI. I can't wait to see that happen. The pool will be great, the tennis courts and all that, but man, that cultural center, I think, is just going to open things up. And that's what's going to be one of those things that when people come here, they'll be able to see, if we use it right, they'll be able to really spread the word about this beautiful place and these people who celebrate their culture and live it every day. And they base one of their central meeting places all around it. It's great stuff. And you get to be a part of it, Mariano. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting. And, I hope that the benefits that's going to come out of that project, is going to serve the generations to come. And once it's constructed and it's completed, I hope the community will take a sense of pride in it. And, it's going to be one of a kind in the region. And that's what it's all about, trying to showcase some of the things that we have uniquely found here in the CNMI. I think that's a good marketing tool for our islands, and hopefully, that'll bring, generate more economic, activity for our islands.
Yeah, wow, that's outstanding. You're giving us all kinds of great stuff. Hey, do you have any shout outs before we move on? Because we're going to have to get going, but any shout outs? Anyone you want to acknowledge?
Well, I just wanted to acknowledge all the hardworking staff at OPD and to the community at large too, right? They've been patient with us, tearing things up and turning things into chaos, and now we're returning it back to some sort of order. And so, just wanted to give shout outs to that, and also shout out to my granddaughter, Unico, and I just wanted to say, you go, girl. And so thank you, Brad, for allowing me to share with the community all the good things that are going to be happening. I know that the impending budget is on everyone's minds, but hey, every day that you wake up, you gotta hope for the best, right?
Yeah, I have to hope for the best. That is right. But thankfully, we got the best people out there working because we got Mariano Iglesias, who's killing it for the CNMI. Great job. And thanks for taking the time to be with us today and every time we get you on here.
No problem. Thank you so much.
All right, take care. That is our friend Mariano Iglesias from the Office of Planning and Development here in the CNMI, and with always good news. It's okay. Even if he had bad news, we'd still want to talk to him because he's great. Thanks so much, Mariano.
All right, take care, Brad. Take care, CNMI. Adios.
Adios. All right. Well, that was a great call. Thanks for all that info. Really appreciate that. Hey, here we go. We posted on the page, but now it's officially official. That's right. It's officially live right now, folks. If we can wait for a second for you guys to check it out. The NMI News Service website is online right now, and we took the password part down so you can actually just watch it. It is it's nminewsservice.com, nminewsservice.com. And I'm looking at it right now. I've got so much stuff going on this screen right now with it. But you're able to watch the whole schmear, the regular show. You're able to watch. You don't have to, if you don't have social media, you don't need it anymore to watch the show. You don't have to have a Facebook account. You don't have to have a Facebook. You don't have to have a login for YouTube. I mean, that would be cool because on the website, you're able to watch it on its own right now. I think it's pretty awesome that we're able to do that. Working with a great team from the folks over at Turnkey Solutions. We've been working on it for months and months and months, and been wanting to launch it for a long time, but also kind of like, holy smokes, I'm not ready for it. I'm not sure. And then today we're like, no, we're going to do it October 1st. No holding back. We are going live today. And they're like, can you give us till 9 o'clock? Yes, we can. So it's on. We are on live right now. You can see it. And we're going to be, we'll be continuing to tweak it and all that other stuff. But in the meantime, we are on right now, and you're able to see it. So that's great news. That's great news for you guys, too, if you want to advertise, because that's going to be great. Your government offices, your RFPs, your JVAs, your funeral announcements. By the way, we are not charging you for your funeral announcements. It's not happening. We're not charging you guys for that at all. I'm never going to do that. Unless you want us to make something fancy for you, if you give us the stuff, we are not going to be charging you at all. But if you look at it, all the stories, we post stories directly to the page. Also, you're still able to access. This is what is the neat thing, where you're not going to need to have a social media account, because if you click on those stories where you see latest interviews or latest videos or the sports, what we need to do, the sports coverage that's on here, it's a little old, I got to tell you. We got to change that a little bit. But what we're going to be doing, we're going to keep adding these things so that you're able to see it. We'll be putting on we have to just add the new categories to it. But I figured we needed to launch it now. And so if you can't get all that stuff right there, it's a little bit easier. What I really like about it more than anything is that this is going to be easier for you to find the stories. The social media that we have right now helps you see what's happening right now as it happens and all that, which is great, and it's not changing at all. But this will help you find what you're looking for a little bit better as we continue. Because like some days we post like 20 stories a day, right? It depends on what it is. Between the announcements and the stories and all that stuff, and you just have to scroll and scroll and scroll. Well, we're going to continue to add these things to make it easier and add the story. So you're not going to be able to look all the way back to last year's stuff on the website because we didn't post stuff all the way back from last year. So we're going to continue adding the stuff that's happening on a daily basis, and then and we're going to fill it out from there. But holy cow, I mean, this little thing that started in the spare bedroom of the house in San Vicente when we were just doing this show. And here we are. Look at us. We all growed up now. I can't believe it. I want to say thanks. The folks over at Turnkey, I've been working with them for a long time on so many different things. They're the whole reason why I'm even in business in the first place. Going back to the Road to 80 program when they reached out to me and said, hey, what do you think? And, I love working with them. All those guys are wonderful. You got Brock, Billy, Jerry, Clinton, Tony, Adrian, Liana, and the new guy who I just met, whose name I can't remember. He just started. So cut me some slack on that one, new guy. I think you're awesome, but I just don't remember your name. I only met you like twice. You should stick, right? But man, I'm going to give a special shout out to Clinton Dela Cruz for working so hard on this. And he put in so much time to make this stuff work. And I mean, figuring things out that with coding, it's not just a plug and play. It takes a lot of work to get this stuff going. And everything that he had to do to figure out how to get the live streams on there for every single time. So if we're live streaming, wherever we go, it's going to be on there. So when I'm broadcasting in Guam, it's still going to be on there. I don't have to do anything special to make sure that our stuff automatically gets in there, to make sure it's everything that we want to do. It's amazing. So we're going to be having the websites available for advertising and all that other stuff. Again, your JVAs, your RFPs, your public notices, and all that stuff. And what you're going to love is that our rates are going to they're going to blow you away when you see what the rates are. I'm not going to. His name is Joe. That's great. Oh, Joe. Yes, Joe. New guy, Joe. Thank you, Joe. It was good to meet you over there too. But the rates that we're going to have for the website are going to be incredible based on the views that we get already on social media, the amount of eyes that your ads are going to get, and for the price that you're going to get per impression and per view, there's nothing close to it. So it's going to totally revolutionize the way that we do this stuff. And the prices are going to be, because we're not supporting any other business. This is the only thing that we do. And because our infrastructure, our overhead is so small, we're able to eat. Yes, could we charge the same price as the other guys? Yes, we can. We can. But look, we're in a situation where our Commonwealth is, we're looking at austerity measures, and we're cutting jobs, furloughs, and all that other stuff. We're not taking advantage of it just because we can. Our prices are going to be substantially lower because that's what the Commonwealth needs. We need to spend less money on this stuff. We need to make it affordable for the CNMI. And we're right-sizing our business to make sure that we can do that, so that we're not top-heavy on all kinds of stuff. Everything right now, we're certainly not. But we're not top heavy, and we're not trying to support, we don't have another business that we're trying to float that's not totally linked to this. So we're able to charge less, and so we're going to. So the CNMI's JVAs, the CNMI's RFPs, the public notices for meetings and all that stuff, everything that the CNMI has been accustomed to paying for the past 20 years is going to be sliced in half than from what they're paying, and you're going to get more views on it. It's going to get more eyes. It's going to reach more people. And that's what we're doing. It's our commitment to our Commonwealth. We're doing it affordable. The CNMI's got to cut everything. Well, here's your perfect venue to do it. All those little expenses add up, and we're going to start here with what we've got for you. So your government agency, your nonprofit, all those things that you're spending, you're going to get more eyes here than you are anywhere else right now, and you're going to be spending less. Sorry, you're going to be paying so much less per eyeball that goes on to your ads right here. So it's great, and hell of a thing. Clinton, you're the man, dude. Hey, I'm not glossing over it. That's more of a shout out. This is an acknowledgement of your professionalism, your talent. It's just been an absolute joy working with you on this program. Thank you for being so patient and figuring out ways to make this better together with us the whole time. It's kind of the coolest thing. And I'm so glad that we've got it going on. And I can't wait to start having those Emerald-style meetings with you where you can give me all the planning and the nuts and bolts of this thing while I sapphire my my stuff away. All right, guys. Well, that's the website, NMINewsService.com. That's right. Not anything else. It is just this. That's the you can watch us live whenever we're live. Tell your Monomco friends who don't have social media. Tell your regular age people who just don't want to be in social media. It's live now. You can watch the show. You can watch whenever we're live. The press conferences, the meetings, everywhere we are when we're live, you're able to watch it on the website without having to have social media. It's great. You can even read the social media stories and comment on them on our website too, without having to have a social media account. That's right. You can see when everybody else is talking about stuff on Facebook and the reactions and all that. You can be a part of that without actually needing an account. That's part of what this website does now, you guys. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us today. You can you're going to spend less money on your advertising with us, with your RFPs, your JVAs, your public announcements. And you're going to help support free and independent press right here with NMI News Service. So thank you to everybody. I'm really excited about this. It's the coolest thing for me that this thing got to the start line. And it's going to keep improving. This is our start line. You know, there's going to be changes for sure. But in the meantime, I got to get out of here. I got a flight to Guam in less than an hour. So I will be hopping on over there with the good folks over at Star Marianas, giving us the sweetest smelling ride in the Marianas. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your calls. Thanks for your comments about the website. Go check out that website. Let me know what you think. If you love it, great. If you think it sucks, that's great too. Just let me know what you think. All right, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Good Morning Marianas. Take care, everybody.